Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
More like the age of the longest dungeon ever draws nearer, because it's finally time! We're going to the Dragon Temple, as long as there's not, like, heat there, but I'm pretty sure that Dragon Temple never suffers from bad heat. This is absolute wishful thinking. Have any of the other shops restocked on... Oh, right, this is Stroll's quest, okay. Have any of the other things Nope, they have not restocked on Fruit Cordial. We only get the 3 for this section. Anything in the Orbwise path that prays into anything that saves me a lot of money. And those are genuinely very useful in this dungeon. But yeah, this is your last chance to stock up on things. Yeah, I think I want every ailment cure. Oh, and I can buy some of these. I think I'm fine on those. Ariadne's Thread. This might be one of the few dungeons where having that will pay off. I'm gonna get even more Spirit Dust. And an even 15 revivals. Before we head out though, last time we did fulfill the requirements for Moore's next rank, and let's actually rank up Moore here. Feels nicer than ranking him up on the runner.
Oh. Incredible.
And this will give us 8 Heroes Leaf of Lights.
Alright.
So that's going to be useful for maybe leveling some archetypes on Juna or getting Warrior up on Will. Yeah, something still seems a bit off.
Hold on.
Huh. Where this place is.
What? Why, that's...
You had a full team at your side. That sounds an awful lot like the kind of quest we're on.
Just a sec.
Why?
I mean, this place does seem to exist in a pocket dimension, though, so it makes sense why nobody's found it yet. For the better. Did I make a grave mistake? So this is actually really interesting. For some reason, this actually gives the most mag.
It'll be fine.
Maybe it's supposed to be like, oh, because you're in here, you met us, and like that led to things? I do like how we're getting more on more. I didn't mean to make that a pun.
May we both come to know truth.
Open your mind, we study even more varieties of archetypes. So, I definitely aren't able to finish this one yet. You need 25 different archetypes.
Until next time.
Will give us a bunch of Heroes Jeweled Roots, though. And I am glad that, like, I found out recently that you can check your progress on these from the, I wonder if there's actually a mask I can make. So let's see. Oh! That's actually really good, because that has, whatever the name of that ice skill is that weakness combos into itself. Yeah, I'll certainly take that. I mean, I could get the Faker's Mask just for completion, but Juna already needs Faker for her ultimate archetype anyway. Does give access to certain Faker skills early, though. It's like, you are allowed to make multiple copies of the same mask, even though that's not necessary at all. Oh wait, no, actually, maybe it is, because you... Oh, cat. Don't worry, Adeni. We are going to save Yufa now. And to aid us in that, we need to buy the Informant's info on the monsters at the Dragon Temple.
Cheers.
All manner of monsters there, wary of the moving stone statues and spectos. Swords and spears don't work against either of them. Spectos reflect bows and the like as well. But now that we have a dedicated magic party member, they're a little easier to deal with. There's also huge tree-like monsters, Alentos. There's green one that's weak to fire, but for the others, fire won't work at all. The green ones can use wind magic. Okay, so Warrior's weak to wind, I believe, so Stroll will have to watch his back around those. Unfortunately, Stroll's warrior weapon is actually, effective against trees. I also just realized that, like, having multiple copies of the same mask is useful if you have multiple masked dancers in your party.
Looks like everyone's here.
So now, looks like everyone is here. We have 2 quests in the Dragon Temple. One of them is saving Yufa. It'll take 1 day. The weather is fine. Let's go.
So we bring the fight to them.
We bring the fight to them, but first, we bring the fight to Hulkenberg's mental issues, I guess. Because we're maxing out Hulkenberg on the way. But for even that, I need to remember, I need to cook Cursed Love Ballad or... Okay, can we make one more sweeter than poison? Oh, I could make another secretest of secrets. Wait, can I make 2 of those? Oh, I can make 2. I do need Lords of the Lake for later, though. Okay, there's another dish that unlocks soon that requires Lord of the Lake. I think I'll get another Cursed Love Ballad.
Okay, so...
Ah, 'tis you. Say,
I realize that somebody is about to die, but would you like to max out your friendship with me first? Also, full voice acting time, let's go.
I've received word from the Shadow Guard. Rodanth has been confined to an underground cell. For the time being, the chaos in the capital should be still.
I mean, aside from all the horrible racism there.
I don't think we're in the clear just yet.
Agreed. All that's changed is that Rodanth is removed from power. We spoke of it before. A knight's duty is to their oath. Yet without a king, an oath might hold little weight to any one knight. And an armed force, disunified in purpose, is but a spark away from a raging mob. If the knighthood flounders further, whether clinging to power or simply self-preservation, a second Rodanth, or even a third, will surely emerge. Unless His Royal Highness the Prince takes the throne, there will be no true rebirth for the knighthood.
Rest assured, I'll forge a path to the throne.
Yes, well said. We shall reclaim our nation's future together. My duel with Rodanth left much clear. I proved I am not the woman I once was. It can only be the journey thus far that has changed me. You've helped me grow as a new person. Never again will I wield my power only to hide my own sense of inferiority. My convictions shall lead me, and I shall fight by their strength. Thus, I vow anew to use my power for you.
You're a true knight.
Only scant days ago, I was embarrassed to call myself a knight at all. 'Tis a strange feeling.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg, keeper and heritor of the knight's virtues, by the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
I shall safeguard our land and our future.
So now she has a higher chance of doing that, and she'll be able to get her ultimate archetype later, and gotta remember that Knight has 4 inheritance slots now.
The man of the Shadow Guard paused before departing. As he bid me farewell, he told me he hoped to one day be my equal. A knight not merely in title, but in truest spirit. I never thought the day would come that I might see the honor in myself. As a knight, and as an ally, I will stay by your side, now and always. Truly, my friend. Thank you.
So this is the note that I wanted to go into about romance and metaphor, and why I'm... Oh, okay, I get the feeling that Moore's about to narrate our path to the Dragon Temple, though, so I'll talk about it after this. The entirety of the knighthood now supports me, which is worth... nothing! Because our rank is capped.
Navigating the archipelago's currents once more, the Dragon Temple again comes into view. It is dedicated to the dragon god, and the gauntlet runner pulls into the shores of the isolated island amidst surges of sinister magma.
Okay, that's all. So, what I mean by that is that no offense to, like, any Will and Hulkenberg shippers out there, because I'm sure that they exist. Okay, you're gonna go into Swordmaster, I think.
Of justice.
Oh, we have Memorandum, too. Bonds Unfettered Hulkenberg. I'll just let you read this. It's really just a summary of, like, the bond itself. Anchored by his... I love how Rodanthe is described as tyrannical. But it's cool that she gets, like, other people admiring her. But, like, that's the thing. I feel like Hulkenberg's personal subplot in that thing, the fact that there is no, like, forced romance, like... What I mean by that is that, like, the writers weren't forced to make every bond work as a romance. It's kind of a problem that modern Fire... Well, no, not modern Fire Emblem anymore, but, like, Fire Emblem Fates and Awakening had as well. They were kind of forced to make everything an S-support option. But the way that I feel like a lot of the social links in a lot of the Persona games work is that they kind of need to write two stories at once. They have to write the story of the bond itself, and then, in the higher ranks, the pivot into it being romantic. Oh yeah, we need to use the Potion of Blight here, I just realized. So don't mind me, I'm just flipping through the guidebook to the page on the elemental weaknesses of enemies in this place for no reason at all. No suspicious reason at all whatsoever. I'm also putting a fire skill on Stroll for no reason whatsoever.
Alright.
For also no reason whatsoever, I'm putting Flame Vanguard on Heisme. Shelter Formation is expensive, but I'll definitely take that. I mean, that's kind of the reason I'm going through the Commander archetype. Okay.
What do you think?
Let's pour the Potion of Blight.
Can you take this one, please?
Hey.
It's supposed to make it instantly shrivel up, right?
Huh?
No, it in fact made it come to life. The weird tree doesn't like the squirt bottle!
Incoming.
The weird tree attacked!
Sheesh, they're pretty tough. Better be careful.
So this is the treebeast Alteno, a kind of cancerous tree, which looks kind of horrifying. It's the one that's weak to fire that we learned about from the informant. Well, it's a mini-boss variant of the one that's weak to fire, but you get the idea. Now... Formation of Vigor, probably not the best choice here, because we need to really ration our MP, but I'm gonna start by using some fire on it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine damage. Let's just use a regular attack and see how much that does. Not great. Let's go Infernal Vortex. And so Stroll has Kusanagi, so this should get the damage buff from that. Oh, we've got Burn on it thanks to Heisme. Not bad. Hellfire! So yeah, now we're actually dealing like compounding damage. Pretty sure it's only one hit. Yeah, it's only one hit at the end of that, not like multiple for the multiple hits of the skill. I don't think this thing is going to go down in like this turn. However, I do actually have Slash Boost and Kusanagi. Let's see how much this does. That was certainly... I got my money's worth for the anti-tree weapon. Nice, Unscared Triumph and a mini-boss. It's always satisfying when that happens.
Not bad, eh?
Hulkenberg, really? Really?
Nice. I feel stronger already.
Well, I guess one more battle until I can get Wizard on her. And then I'll probably just go back to Knight because, like, I don't really want to waste time leveling up Wizard on Hulkenberg. I probably just want to use heroes, like, you know... Angry Shrubbery. You must find another shrubbery!
You're right.
Honestly, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is, like, probably my least favorite Monty Python movie. It's the one that, like, everyone references the most, but, like, I think the other Monty Python content is way better than it. But yes, now the temple entrance is, yeah. It's funny the game makes you go through all that effort to get, like, the, to get the Potion of Blight, and all it does is, like, make a mini-boss fight you. But then again, Pokemon did the same thing with Sudowoodo. So, these Leaves of Light, question is, do I use them on Hulkenberg's wizard, do I use them on Will's warrior, or do I spread them around? It's like the less time Hulkenberg spends on wizard, the better, because she's not good as one, in my opinion. Now that we have Juna, at least. I think I'll keep him... Actually, you know what? Let's drop Heismay for now and just go to Hulkenberg. So... Oh wait, I should definitely save first! Going to the Dragon Temple without saving. That's like... words spoke minutes before disaster. So, here we go. We must save the priestess girl. Let's hurry. I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this. I don't even know what possessed me to do the Spire of Blind Faith before this, because... Anyway, we have Canoflow, we have these things, we have a whole lot of enemies that, I just realized, you know what? Let's replenish some of the MP that we just lost in that mini-boss fight. So, this room, if you know the trick about replenishing your MP with Mage, this room is going to be your... You're going to be very, very intimately familiar with this room by the time the dungeon is over. And yeah, that's one of the stones the old lady was looking for. She wasn't wrong about them being really early in the dungeon. But yes, so this room is the MP refilling room. I remember quite distinctly that when I first played this game, I went to this room a lot to recover my MP. It's like, my bad, because like you're pretty much guaranteed to. And eventually the Mandula will also be field killable. Oh, there's a gold Elementor. Also though, Hulkenberg herself can actually get Wizard. It hurts to unlock Wizard on Hulkenberg before Juna, but does look cool at least.
Fascinating.
Juna's gonna get Wizard at some point during this dungeon. She'll probably get it before the first. I like to divide this dungeon into two very distinct segments. So we're in segment 1 right now.
I see.
Power of the Wizard. You feel stronger magic resonating through you. Speed of light, but you have the worst agility of the party. Oh, even more heroes items.
I've acquired a new power.
So yeah, let's not swap over to that. Hulkenberg's gonna go back into Magic Knight, but... You know, if I... Hang on, let's see how high I can get Wizard, because she only needs Wizard 10 to get Dark Knight, and she's very close to maxing Magic Knight, so I might even be able to reach Dark Knight during this dungeon. Okay, this will take the majority of these items. Okay. Let's give Juna more HP. But, like, Yeah, only one of those and 'tis done. Hulkenberg no longer needs to use Wizards, and she never even used it in the first place. This is why I like the archetype items. And yeah, I'm gonna dump the rest of these on Juna's Mage, because she needs to get Wizard ASAP. I wouldn't mind having Will work on Warrior a little. Although, this is more of a guarantee that I get this thing. There we go. I want to say that it's no longer stunned. Oh, but Stroll Swordmaster with Slash Boost is going next, so... This should hopefully kill you. No! However, it's very easy to respawn everything in this room.
What now?
And as tedious as it can be, every time you run through this room, I would recommend making it a Mage MP refill run. In fact, equipping mastered archetypes on everybody while you're doing this, just so that you can farm Hero's Leaves of Light, might also not be a bad idea. Okay, that Mandula is looking pretty close.
What now?
Yeah. It's blue now! Okay!
Tremble before me.
Yeah, Juna's still
What
still fun. Okay, yeah, I actually got the Heismay first strike there, so this is gonna be way easier. Normal attacks might be able to finish it off. Let's just do this. Oh yeah, that's her bloody robes giving her healing.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
See, it kind of annoys me that like Heismay getting the first strike for the benefit of his like rank 8 bond is still totally random, but it would probably be too powerful if it activated guaranteed. They'd probably have to, if it was guaranteed, they'd likely have to nerf it so it didn't like do as much damage on the first strike. So yeah, once again, every enemy taken out equals 1 more MP. And in this place, every MP helps. Also, I just got swarmed by bees. they're in my eyes, etc., etc., etc.
I imagine that would be of use.
Race water. Yeah, one of these days I will talk about, by one of these days I mean at one point in this dungeon I'll talk about that there was a certain video that I had on in the background while I was farming MP in this room, so it still sticks out to me. I guess I can talk about it now. It's Overly Assassin Productions video on Castlevania, like the human face of evil in the Castlevania Netflix series. Which was apparently actually good, but one of the people who was a producer on it also did the Netflix Devil May Cry, which that doesn't sound good at all. But you know.
I must.
Yeah, it seems like Will has some kind of psychic link to Yufa. And that's not the reason I ship them, by the way. Like, I actually don't like the trope of, like, oh, people are such soulmates that they're psychically attuned to each other's thoughts. It's often kind of a cheesy way to do it, and sometimes it feels like when it's like that, they don't even have any free will in the relationship. That can also happen with Kid from the Future stories if they're done badly. Like, the couple only gets together because, like, literally there's literally a child from the future came and was like, hey, if you don't, you know, hook up, I won't exist, and therefore, you must get together. Yeah.
Gotta be something we can do here.
So, this room is very interesting, because if we... I think that looks like an Elementa to me over there. Or a treasure chest. So this is a very big room. Oh, it's a specto, but it is a treasure chest. So this is a very big room, and there's a gimmick to this room.
What?
This is a Zelda Lost Woods style room. And I believe this should explain a little bit about it.
This.
Something's been etched here. Let's see. It says, thine... Okay, this is a weird me thing. My grandfather used to sing this song called, like, Mine Eyes Hath Seen the Glory, so I'm gonna be... The moment that it said thine eyes, the rhythm of that song came to me. So, thine eyes report doth not tell all, only those with the conviction to alter their perspective may find the way through the dark. Anyway. So, alter your perspective, look at things beyond what's in front of you. The thing that I love about this compared to other video games that do this gimmick is there are actually 3 ways to tell the correct path, and the game doesn't really nudge you towards any one of them specifically. It's up to you to figure out which way works, and I think that's really cool. So the first possible tell here is the torches. So the path here has 2 torches. This one that we couldn't get through last time, yeah, these only have 1 torch. So let's see if the torch theory proves to be correct here. Okay, that doesn't look right. Yeah, that doesn't look right, because the other tell is that there's dark mist when you go down that path. Yeah, this one looks correct. Yeah, there's no dark mist. Okay, wait, there are actually 2 torches here. Okay, then. But there's, oh, there are 2 torches at the end of the path, though. However, to me, there is one more obvious tell. Look at the ceiling. Yeah! See that right there? You can, and I believe it's more obvious if you do face sight. Yeah, it kind of... Nah, maybe not really. It's pretty much the same. But, like, if you look up at the ceiling literally tells you the correct path through this place. So I guess that's what they meant by beyond what you can see. So, for example, if we go down here, yeah, that's mist. It's pretty cool, though. There's like, there are multiple, like, they leave it up to you to figure out the correct way. See, here, the ceiling bends, so they don't really want you to go up here, but, yeah, that's gonna take you back as well, so we need to keep following said ceiling. So yeah, that's cool. So this room is kind of less about fighting and more about, like, you'll see. But once you're on, like, the outsides of the room, definitely explore the outskirts, because also spectos. Okay, they are... Yeah, they still explode though, so you don't really want to like try and kill them in the field. But yeah, there are a lot of chests around the outside.
We found something. Here we go.
And this is the Tranquil Trilby. That's a really cool name for something. It also gives some more magic. Yeah, magic +4. Yeah, I'll take that. So, we won't end up doing a whole lot of fighting around this floor. Yeah, as you can see, we're told to go forward by the ceiling, but then we have to turn. But, this floor is all about lore. It's a mural. The old world's inscribed here in archaic writing. Maybe the same writing that those
This is...
weapon names are in. An old city with preposterously tall buildings. Ah yes, the classic fantasy trope of the past society was hyper-advanced compared to now. It's always like the old world that had the better technology.
No.
They look more like they appear to be... Yeah, I guess people there are at the foot of those things. Well, I mean, we already knew there were different faiths out there besides Sanctism. I'm not really that surprised. Thing is, though, one of those things looks like a giant worm. Another one maybe looks like it has multiple legs. And it looks like there are dragons flying over this place. So, if this was some kind of futuristic city, it's still definitely nothing like the kind that we would know. Okay, yeah, no marks on the ceiling, so we don't go down there. Yeah, the ceiling's the one that I find the most convenient personally, or you can just test every path and see if there's, see if it gets dark when you're heading down there. So, also we have another mural here too. Don't worry, I won't sing this one. Be not perplexed by illusion, accept fear and open thine eyes. Do so and the truth shall be within your grasp. Yeah. So, yeah. Gallica does mention using Facesight, which is another, like, obvious tell.
Maybe there's something to do here.
But I do prefer to use the ceiling. The ceiling is just very convenient. Like, as you can see, there's no ceiling thing here. But there is here. And it's telling us to ignore that path, too, and keep going around here. Yeah, this place does wind around on itself. Ceiling. Okay, yeah, ceiling is this way. Oh, no, the ceiling does tell us to go down this way. Yeah, I think it's actually a little easy to see without Facesight to me. Or the thing will just self-destruct itself. Okay, also, speaking of Facesight, there are gargoyles here. Now, are these... I don't think they're field killable for me, are they? Let's see. Spellwort gargoyles. Oh, we can actually tell that in more detail Facesight. It's going to tell you what enemies are part of that group. That's cool. So we can tell there's going to be some spectos in there too. Okay, the gargoyles is weak to wind. Thankfully, I do have that inherited on a lot of people. Up, dodge that. You see why I like Sniper, though? Able to, you know, not risk getting preempted. Okay, that's just a single Spellwort Gargosta. But yeah, immune to slash and pierce.
I'll use what I must.
But the Informer didn't tell us this, but it is vulnerable to wind. Unless you have a wind physical weapon, though, there's no way that you'll be able to hit that weakness without expending MP. I think there are wind physical weapons out there, though. We also get a Devil Mask. Okay, now this one has a couple of spectos in it. Every time Hulkenberg says draw steel, I think about that Matt Colville RPG. The runes that appear when they try and cast spells do look kind of cool. Yep, a whole bunch of these spectos. They boing everything physical. But they're weak to fire and light. Okay, that's the same as these spectos in all the way back in the Regolith Grand Cathedral. Let's just use regular fire. Yeah, it one-shots them. No reason to use anything better. So yeah, in this case, I am going to actually switch out Stroll for Hulkenberg.
The all power of kings.
Yikes! Here comes the
Oh, okay, we're actually seeing anxiety inflicted, and they're stunned, so they can't take advantage of it. Inflicted thanks to hitting a yeah, it really does work almost exactly the same as fear in Digital Devil Saga. It's if you get crit, hit with a weakness, or Hulkenberg isn't even in Mage, the one time that I actually want her to be in Wizard, or if you hit an enemy with something they're immune to. Functionally, it does work differently, but it's very similar. Also, that was a very slow end of battle. Okay, yeah, I should probably inherit it. I mean, I guess I can inherit Light. That kind of fits with the Paladin theme I'm going with for Hulkenberg. So yeah, Hulkenberg will inherit Hummer in her empty slot. We still have a fairly decent length to go in this room, so I can kind of finish my topic about, like, how I feel that in a lot of, like, Atlas, in the Persona games, they're kind of forced to write kind of two stories for each bond. The main bond and the romance, and often I find, at least in the romance routes that I'm not as big a fan of, I'll just say, some people will kill me for this, but, I feel that Mitsuru suffers from this quite a lot, because the first 7 ranks are about her really trying to, like, inherit the company, dealing with things that happen in the main story, and, you know, really trying to figure out the kind of life that she wants for herself. And then in ranks 8 and, like later on, if you do the romance route, which is actually forced in the original, suddenly it's all about, oh, I'm in love with you, and it's all about the romance angle, instead of, like, that. And so, I really appreciate the fact that, like, Hulkenberg, and I know that, like, the whole idea of, like, the knight and the person they serve is, like, I mean, you know, Will's not literally the person that she serves, but, like, right now, he is. But, like, that trope is very common for romances in, like, medieval stories, like Seth and Erica in Fire Emblem, Titania and Grail in Path of Radiance. So, yeah, the idea of shipping Will with Hulkenberg, it's not out of the question, but and no offense to anybody who does ship that, but I personally appreciate the fact that her bond is able to just focus on her issues with Rodanth and her own story about finding out what being a knight means to her and becoming the woman that she wants to be. And they just didn't need to shoehorn romance into that. The world after ruin.
Indeed.
A world brought to the brink of destruction by a great war. Yeah, doesn't that always happen? And then people gradually changing.
Look.
So yeah. Now remember the way that they use the term human in this world. So these figures in this image, they seem to have diverged down 2 paths. Some of them have become humans, as in monsters, and the others became regular people. So that's very interesting. Yeah, the 8 tribes and humans. We may be slowly starting to see why the Sanctus Church didn't want anybody coming to these ruins. In fact, on the note of the ruins, that's another topic that I wanted to talk about, and because this room is quite large, and, yeah, this is probably going to be quite a long video, but, like, I don't mind that. We're starting, like, a super long dungeon. So, I feel like this whole arc, the Virga Island arc, is very much rooted in the classic fantasy trope of, like, the island... Oh, also, by the way, I can show off... here's a trick that speedrunners like to do. Where are my finisher noodles? There they are. I only have one of these, though, but for some reason, speedruns use finisher noodles on these gargoyles. Yeah, you one-shot these on the field, even though they are not actually, they are not, like, below us in terms of our levels. We'll also be able to one-shot spectos on the field, too. Of course, this might not have been a great place to, you know, use this, given, the fact that, Can I actually go up here, or is it going to be shrouded in... Is the path going to be... Yeah, that path looks very shrouded in darkness to me. Yeah, the finishing noodles already wore off, but, yeah, probably not the best use of them, but I just kind of wanted to show that. So yeah, this place is very much off the beaten path.
We'll be safe for a while.
We got them all. It got itself. But I did want to just show, yeah, the path is up there. However, this part is on the path. Kind of lost the path a little bit, but we do have another mural. The War of Ruin. The destruction of the old world. Monsters, dragons, and these old people fighting with what looks like just regular spears.
What the?
Yeah, appears there was a time when people in this world tamed dragons.
Hey.
Yeah, a battle of gods, dragons. Sounds like pretty intense stuff. But yeah, now we're up on the outside of this room, like, Lost Woods isn't going to be in effect, so we can go around and grab this chest. Hi, Specto.
This looks valuable.
A perfect specimen.
Fire blue. Okay, that's actually pretty good for high spec. Hello.
Our foes are fallen.
And it's gone. So, as I said, this arc is very rooted in the classic fantasy trope of the island adventure or the jungle adventure story. And a lot of those stories are very much rooted in colonialism. Especially since Virga Island is very much coded after a lot of, like, societies that ended up colonized. Because, like, a lot of those, you know, like, you've probably seen this kind of stories before. In fact, Road to El Dorado is one of those stories, and I really like Road to El Dorado. But it's often about, like, and certain Indiana Jones stories are also like that. Essentially, it's about finding some uncharted land, some forbidden jungle or island where some non-European tribe lives. That have their own traditions, and exploring some kind of massive temple complex that is sacred to that tribe, and in search of some kind of powerful artifact that is sacred to that tribe.
Between us. Perhaps we're safe.
We're hitting all of those tropes in this arc. And here we go, we have another one of these, something written on the stone monument. Mortals are all but lone shards of Mother Earth. Look to the sky. Okay, yeah, this is the one that's hinting at you to look at the sky and find the path, yeah. So if you haven't discovered this by now, but they do leave you open to discovering this, like, early, if you are able to. But we have all of these classic tropes here. But I like the fact that Metaphor is able to very subtly modify the tropes to avoid some of those colonialist problematic pitfalls without having to just completely revamp the entire storyline from scratch. They keep all of these classic elements. The temple adventure, the island, the sense of discovery and exploration, the sense of danger. But one of the things they do, okay, this is probably where I should have used the finisher noodles thinking about it. One of the things they do that does really aid in making this feel like less colonialist is the fact that the outsiders, like us, we are not the only ones who object to the human sacrifice. Because I've noticed that, again, as much as I do really love Road to El Dorado, that film follows that trope, where the white Westerners who come into this, it's kind of not really clear what kind of society El Dorado is. It's kind of vaguely Aztec, Maya, Inca, kind of has elements of all of them. They're the ones who are like, there must be no more sacrifices, and, like, they're the ones with the more, like, quote-unquote enlightened view against, like, that. Whereas in this story arc, it's already made clear that the Mustari people are not are not a monolith, that they all have their own thoughts on the island's traditions and practices.
But you have to understand, not everyone here wanted sacrifice. To see a girl her age going willingly to die. She's as young as my own child. It's not right. So please.
So us going in to stop Yuffie from sacrificing herself, as is our goal, it's also at the behest of her brother Adeni. He tells us to do this. Like, he, the leader of this culture, is the one that we are going into the temple on the behalf of. And he is the one who we got permission from to get their sacred artifact, instead of just taking it for ourselves. Like, I love that moment where, when we ask, he's like, you're all powerful enough to have stolen the lance on your own, and yet you're still asking for permission. That tells me I can trust you. It's cool, but I just realized that we have actually looped around back to the start, and I haven't got any closer to that chest that's on... that is the last chest in this floor, I believe. So one of these staircases needs to be real, despite the fact that the star pathway isn't telling me that it is.
But something's around here.
Okay, it looks like that staircase works. So now I can grab this, swing around here, and then grab this chest. See, making a full round around this room is going to take you a while, but it's kind of worth it for these treasures. Paladin's Mace. Okay, I haven't used healer in ages. Hi, Specto. The really important part is that you hit up all corners of the map. Okay, on this row, there is an item that I never got. So let me get that. And yeah, we just need to get into that central area, which, aha! The Path of Stars does show there's a way down here. So, let us continue to follow that. Like, the main Path of Stars does lead you on a big loop if you keep following it, but once you catch on to it here... because it splits off sometimes. Okay, that makes sense, right. But yeah, down here, pretty sure that once you're in this central area, you are pretty much done with this floor. Let's go ahead and grab that, though. Ah, another one of those polar stones. Good thing I got that. Yeah, and that's all the stones.
Look.
And...
Does this mean?
A wall's broken and somebody got attacked here. Well... we'll find out what that means as we open that door to the canopy chamber next time.